Hey guys, Powcast Sports, and I'm getting riled up with these Twitter wars between Devin Haney and George Kambosos. It's all good, and I do understand, hyping it, marketing it, but I hope this fight happened. If not, then it will be another letdown. Let's talk about this and what has been said by the two boxers on Twitter. My name is Pau Salud. I'm doing this in English for the international audience. I'm a Filipino boxing commentator, vlogger, and podcaster. Let me tell you what I think about these Twitter wars.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
You know, most of my fans or followers here on Powcast Sports are Filipino, but we want to expand. Start local and think about the global mindset. So right now, I want to talk about the George Kambosos and Devin Haney Twitter wars, and I've just seen this on Twitter, man, and I'm pretty much the hype up for this fight. Well, for obvious reason, both of them are WBC champion, and I do really want to find out what happens next. But this is the Devin Haney Twitter account, and let's go ahead and show you first what's been happening, so you have an idea what I'm talking about and why I'm hype up for this one. So I think Devin Haney was the first one to post something about with George 7 hours ago. Yo, George, we're making the fight happen or what? I'm agreeing to all your terms, whether it's the vaccine or the travel. It's starting to look like some ducking going on. So that's the first accusation right there from Devin Haney, if I'm not mistaken. If there's any other Twitters, I'm sure there were, but let me see here. Let's go down, and then let's see what George Kambosos reply. Chris Mannix chimed in. Of course, one of the respected journalists for boxing. Let's click this one first. So George Kambosos. Let's see if there's anything here. I couldn't find exactly the response, but there were a response from George Kambosos. Let me just go ahead and show you. Okay. This one is the response. So George says, I love how you manipulate and lie to your fans. Talk a big game but show no action, a bit like your fights. I'm patiently waiting with all of my belts for the offer from your boss Eddie Hearn, because I got a stadium ready in Australia, but I can see the excuses already. So both fighters trading verbal wars about excuses. Okay, and let's go back to Devin Haney. Let's just go back to Devin Haney here. And this was a funny one as well. So you can really see that both boxers has the big pride, and so you want our side to put the money up in your backyard. Okay, no problem. See you soon, and keep those belts safe because I'll be leaving Australia soon. So, and then George says, I'm not here for Twitter fights like most of these cats. I'm here for real fights. TBH, you got to give respect to myself, Tio and Loma. Out of the one Emperor, four Kings, and Matrix, we three stepped up and fought, while the others fought on Twitter just stating the facts. Now you tell me who ducks. That's right, bro. Loma is out. Okay. Okay. First of all, as a Filipino boxing fan, a fan of boxing, especially the fights that's happening in the USA, this is one fight that I'm interested in, and I do really want to see this fight because of one of the key thing is about the WBC belt. Because of so many belts, we really want to unify those belts and really prove to the world who's the real champ here. Now, I'm okay with this type of things, because usually this type of things, at least if the right thing happened, end up being a fight. Now, what I'm afraid of though is if both fighters or both camps would put their pride first and not agree on some terms, some of the terms, because they already said that they agreed on the money, they agreed on the travel, and I think would really be good in Australia because the George Kambosos is big there. I know Devin Haney is big as well, but there's really no competition in Australia, and the whole nation will be, I'm sure, behind the back of the George Kambosos. So I'm sure there'll be money there. These days, money, of course, is very important in a fight, and I just hope this fight happens, because if it doesn't happen, it will be really upsetting. Once again, we've seen this time and again about hyping it up and then getting burnt, and it happening later in their career, which is not really what the fans want. If this fight happens, I once actually bet against George Kambosos because the odds were really against his favor against Eufimo Lopez. And Devin Haney, during an interview that I watched, actually saw something that was wrong with Teofimo Lopez. And, I doubted George Kambosos, but this time around, I think George Kambosos really had something, and he proved that on that fight. Whether it's the George Kambosos stepping up or Teofimo Lopez having a problem, he won that fight. And I like the attitude of George Kambosos. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, our Filipino 8-division world champ, like this guy. I've seen this guy personally here in the Philippines. He worked his ass off. Yeah, he's a good boxer. And Devin Haney coming to Australia, that's going to be a big problem for Devin Haney. So I think if this fight happens, hopefully it happens. I'm looking forward for Devin Haney, for George Kambosos winning this fight. But hopefully the Twitter wars end up in a real fight. So we'll see. But let me ask you these questions to all of my fans. Who do you think it will be ducking? Who do you think will be a problem if this fight doesn't proceed? And who do you think they will end up fighting? Hopefully it doesn't happen. But there will always be a problem. Hopefully it's not money. But who do you think? Let me see that in the comment section. Put that in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I do a lot of Filipino boxing commentary, updates, news, and of course international boxing. We do commentary and boxing talk, mostly in the local language of Filipino, but I do every now and then English opinion and commentary. My name is Pao Salud. Subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.